for gardeners in your life, even for gardeners that either don't know they're gardeners, we've got some great gifts ideas for people that like plants, love plants, work in the garden. Number one, Julio, is Felco pruners.
Yeah,
right?
You can't beat those.
Felco pruners. Why Velcro? Velcro, not Velcro, okay, with an F. Velcro, okay? They basically, it's a scissor-type pruner that's Swiss-made, that is a blade that holds its sharpness better than anything on the market. It also, you can sharpen the blade, or it has replacement parts that you can replace the blade if need to, or the spring or whatever operates the pruner. They generally come with a holster so that you go and you put it on your pocket. You wear one all the time, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about, let's say I have a problem.
What?
I lose my pruners.
You lose.
And I think
like
it's
me
people
too.
steal them is what happens. It's like,
someone
oh, yeah,
takes-
look at this pruner laying here. I'm going to take it. That they need to put their name on it.
Yeah.
But you use a Velcro all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Why?
Because they cut really well. They last. They last for quite a long time because they're very quality made, and that's what you want. You want a quality product. You've got it right there.
That's right. That's right. And they've got, because it is a actually branded pruner rather than just some knockoff from China or whatever, that it is something that gardeners know. And if they get one and they use one, they will know, and that they will appreciate that for years to come.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's one of those things that you don't get another one.
No,
you don't get another one.
Another thing I like about it, you can take it apart and clean it, which is really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This time of the year, when we're working with greens and fresh greens, and we're cutting and the pine and stuff, where it clogs all in there, and it's easy to clean. Mm-hmm. It's easy to clean. And you clean and speaking of cleaning, just on a side note, when you use your pruners and you're cutting in, like, say, roses, for instance, you clean your blade all the time.
Every time, yeah.
Because it spreads disease. So that's just something to add. Those of you that are doing pruning and have your own pruners, make sure you clean them, because you don't want to spread black spot or any other diseases. I'll tell you, Velcro pruners are a great one. All high-grade tools. Like, we have some really nice tools that are not, they're just not knockoffs. So much of the things that people buy, and I hope we're going to transition back to, like, where I think it has a 4-year life cycle. Mm-hmm. We used to sell a lot of patio furniture. And what's happened in the industry of patio furniture, that people only cared if it lasts 4 years.
That's it.
Where we used to get stuff that would last 40 years. They'd be fighting over it, at the settlement table when you die. I want Mom's set of furniture that she had out by it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, tools have gone the same way, where it's like
throw away,
built-in obsolescence. So buy a decent tool, a decent shovel.
And hand it down to your kids.
Yeah, and that where it's one of those things where if somebody knows gardening and stuff will appreciate it. Will absolutely appreciate it. Bird people, we talked about how dry it was in the last segment. It continues to be dry, and you know who's suffering are the birds. The birds basically ran out of places to get water, and if you have a bird bath, you want to go and get a bird bath heater. It doesn't make like a sauna for birds, but what it does is it keeps the ice from basically forming. It's still going to be cold, but it won't be below freezing. And I tell you what, a heated bird bath or a bird bath heater, and it's funny because you think about, like, it just looks like a piece of tinfoil that gets plugged in, and it has its own built-in thermostat. And it keeps that from, it just sits in the bottom of the bird bath. So it's not something that, they get a hot foot if they land on. So, my stepson, Shane, you're not listening, are you? Close your ears. He's getting all houseplant stuff for Christmas. That's what he wanted. He said, I want to get a Norfolk Island pine. I want to get the leca ball soil. It's basically these balls that help aerate soil. What else did he want? He wanted something else. It was all of these. Oh, a terrarium. That was it. And that I want a terrarium, and you can give me either terrarium or you can give me the glass that a terrarium would work with. And it's like, oh, perfect.
Yeah,
I get them at wholesale.
That's right.
So it's going to be hard to wrap the terrarium though. But again, for people that are houseplant parents, I mean, that's perfect. All those types of gifts. There are plenty of like hostess gifts that you can get. Like we've got some dynamite looking dish gardens that have like a poinsettia in it, and that are classy, not cheesy, but stuff that are nice and that will still look good. Like say for instance, you can pull out the poinsettia and it looks like it's a normal house plant. Yeah. So keep it going until, because they're plants,
not puppies,
and the poinsettia can go, after you get past, say February. Speaking of which, Aaron over there.
Yes, sir.
Aaron showed me a picture of his poinsettia, and it is amazing. I mean, he got now, Professor Steve, don't get mad, but Aaron put his using a grow light of 12 hours light, 12 hours of darkness, and it is florist quality.
You hear that, Steve?
Now, Steve let his grow, so his is going to be the natural time daylight. So his flowers are going to be a little bit later,
right.
But his plant looked good. Yeah. Need a little bit of fertilizer, but Steve did a great job. We're bringing it back. But then after I saw Steve's and you showed me yours, I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah, I hit it with a lot of fertilizer throughout the year too. So,
but I mean, it was like
that Jack's Classic, man.
Jack's Classic, right?
It works.
It was amazing. So we're just.
It got back to the original size that I bought it, which was great.
It
shriveled all the way down, and now it's back to the original size that I got it. So I'm very thankful and I'm happy about that.
And this, if you're a listener to or a fan of the show, you've heard the story about Aaron planting it in February outside by mistake, but didn't last there long. But it's still, this is the same plant. So you're now 3 years?
3 years into it.
Almost 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it looked good. Best thing, gift certificate to your local garden center, and you make a date of it. You say, let's go together. And you give a $50 gift certificate, and you go to, get it at your local garden center. Don't do a Lowe's gift certificate or Depot gift certificate so they can buy dead plants and lumber. You want to go to your local garden center because it's special. It's special. This is something I thought of too. Catgrass. You can get the seed for catgrass, and it basically, I was amazed at this. I have 2 cats. I cannot let them go outside. I signed a paper that said that they would be house cats. They would not go outside. They would never be declawed. They would, all this stuff. I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like, anything else? It's like, it was strict when we adopted the cats. I went and I planted catgrass, and they knew what to do. It was like, anybody who's had cats, like, it's weird. Like, they know what to do with the litter box. It's like, you can't tell them, but they know what to do with the litter box. And it was just like this catgrass. All of a sudden, they went to and they started gnawing on it, and they ate off the catgrass. So you can buy a pot, and you buy a packet of seed and some soil, and all they need to do is just put that seed in and then water it, and it will come up, and the cats will know what to do. They know what to do, so they just kind of munch on it. It's
instant.
That food that I feed my cats, I'm like, what's in here anyway? And I supposedly get the good stuff, but they know when they eat that grass that they just go right to it. Yeah. Interesting.
Good stuff.
Any other ideas, Julio?
Oh, I have a hori knife.
Hori knife.
Yeah.
I
can't beat that.
I got a hori knife as a gift last year myself, and I love it. I cut a, like, it was about 1.5 inch size branch with my hori knife. Hori knife is like a modified shovel that is serrated on one side. It's not like it's meant for digging, but weeding and
Weeding is
doing
great.
all kinds of things. And that a Hori knife, it's fun to say too, but a Hori knife is, there's a left-hand version and a right-hand version, which I find interesting. But again, it's something that gardeners will absolutely love and use. They'll use it, and every time they use it, thinking about you.
That's why you should never mess with the gardener.
Yeah, that's right. You never know what they've got. I tell you, that's the truth.